Welcome back. You're still watching Good Morning Namibia. And as we continue off with our conversations this morning, technology continues to change how we live and work. And skills like curiosity, creativity, problem solving, and critical thinking are becoming increasingly important. One way of nurturing these skills is through STEAM education, which brings together science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics through hands-on learning. And to help us explore why this matters and what it basically looks like in practice, we're joined by Petrus Amutenya, Communications and Public Relations Officer from Mindsinaction STEAM Centre, who works closely with young learners and see the impact of interactive learning every single day. Mr. Amutenya, a very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Dapia.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Basically, from your experience and also just being the Communications and Public Relations Officer of the Mindsinaction STEAM Centre, kindly just talk to us about the entire organization, what your mandate is all about.
Yeah, our mandate is just to equip and give knowledge to young boys and girls that want to focus more on STEAM's education, such as science, technology, mathematics, and able to solve problems.
Yeah. Usually we're used to the term STEM instead of STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now we added an A for arts. Talk to us about that, this arts aspect.
The art aspect is just when you go to your surrounding, especially in your location, and you find something that's more interesting and you want to just bring it out with your skills, with your hands, and something that you know that, this thing, it has been around our area, and I think I need to just create something with my own hands and bring it up.
All right. Now, from your experience, what do children mostly gain when learning becomes practical and hands-on rather than only it being based in the classrooms?
They develop a real understanding by connecting theory to practice, because something that you learn in the class on the book, it's different to something that you do with your hands. And they also learning to build critical thinking, something that you need to think very fast and just bring it up. Maybe you saw a radio and you want to just manufacture a new radio again using your own hands, something that you just think and immediately you need to bring it up already. They also engage and motivate to come up with result very fast.
So practice makes perfect.
Yes.
The more you work with your hands.
Yes.
Why do you think it's very important to introduce children, to the concept of STEAM at a very young age?
Yeah, early exposure helps children to see science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics as an approachable. When we were growing up, we think this subject will not give us anything, especially arts that you ask.
I'm still waiting to use y equals to mx plus c in my entire daily life.
And it's something that you need just to think very fast and to make sure that you solve that problem very, very fast. And it also builds foundational skills like logical reasoning, creativity, and collaboration. It also, young learners develop a growth mindset. When you are in a class, your mind need to react very fast. If a question comes up, you need to react very fast. If you see something, you need to react very fast, that I can able to produce this also.
So when children are given space, to explore and also just to experiment with some of this stuff, what kind of changes do you usually notice when it comes to, their confidence and also just their curiosity?
Yeah, they ask more questions. They ask because they want to understand more deeper of something that they need to learn. If they find out a problem somewhere, they'll come to class and ask questions that, I saw something, we have a problem in our village where nowadays we are moving to a technological world. We can't harvest with our hands anymore. We need to produce something that can harvest on our behalf. So they come and produce something like that, a machine. They come up with a machine just to make sure that that machine is helping us to make our work easier.
And I feel like when you work with your hands and when you're drawing, when you're just using your hands to do some of these things, it doesn't have to do with language. Even if you don't understand English or Shivambu, whatever language it be, you can still work on something.
Yes.
Yes, and it doesn't have to go back to language. But what does hands-on learning, help children who may not always thrive in traditional classroom settings?
Yeah, it provides alternative pathways to success for children who struggle with memorizing things. We have children that cannot just memorize the whole book,
Yeah.
but at least if they see something, they can able to just bring up something also with their mindsets. And also it hands-on activities engage in different learning style, visuals, and also experimental. And also children who may feel looked in the traditional strings often shine when practicals comes. We have different types of kids. Some can learn very fast. Some need books to open and learn. Some need
Yeah.
internet to Google. But some can just see a thing and they'll bring it up already.
Yeah, but apart from just, being in the classroom, how does team education support creativity, teamwork, and also just problem-solving skills?
Yeah, apart from being in the class, we go out with boot camps in regions. We
Yeah.
work closely in the regions and we speak to kids and find out what are they interested in. You find some kids, that's why we have a term STEAM. Some kids are more into mathematics. Some are more into arts. They know how to draw, so they don't need they need extra classes after we find out that this child is more of this. So if they are good in arts, we give them more extra classes and we give them exercises to do and
Yeah.
they bring up their projects.
Talk to us about the role that parents and caregivers can also just play when it comes to nurturing the curiosity and also just learning at home, because education starts from home.
Yeah, education starts from home. I feel like more parents are, or let me say parents are open to give their kids freedom to understand what are they really interested in, what are their interests. Because, we have a lot of kids that failed grade 11, grade 10.
Yeah.
And if you see those kids are more of into engineering things, we now have to find a way together with their parents where they are interested in. We give them classes. Then from there, we give them certificates that can also able to help them go and apply at vocational training centers such as VTC. Some are good in boiling making. Some are good in electricity. Yeah.
All right. Seeing that you mentioned that the aim is to help out children, in different parts of the country, it's a new year now. Where are you starting with this entire initiative? And do you plan on covering all 14 regions of the country?
Yeah, we actually will start on this Friday. We have an event with Bank of Namibia in collaboration with Minds in Action, where kids will come and present their projects that they did from across the country. Because last year we had that event again, but this year they will bring their project that they have discovered in their regions. It's a close event though. It's through invitation.
Yeah.
So those kids now will bring their project. From there we'll have a winner. And after that, now we are planning to go out in regions with boot camps and reach out to many kids and expose them to STEAM's education.
Yeah. If you could leave parents watching at home with a message this morning about also just helping their children, enter this, the world of STEAM, what message would you give them this morning? Because not everybody is, open, to STEAM. Some people don't also understand the entire concept of STEAM. But what is your message to them this morning?
Yeah, my message is just that they should allow kids to exercise their interests, because we are interested in different things. I would love to send their kids to Mindsinaction School to come and register, because our registration is open until the 8th of February. So we have also a free demo on the 9th of February. So if parents there are parents that don't understand STEAM, they can come on the 9th of February, so they can also see what we do there and what kids are gonna do after they register. So they must just be free to send their kids to us. We will give them classes, and I hope they will do good. And if perhaps they want to register, they can also reach out to our social media pages, Minds in Action on Facebook. We are also on Instagram. And we are also on TikTok. They can reach out, or they can reach out to me also on my email, petrus@mindsinaction.com.na. And my cell phone is 081 85 16 073.
All right. Well, Mr. Amutenya, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and all the best with your future endeavors.
Thank you, Ndepewa.
All right.